Okay, now the Thabo Bester escape case has been postponed to the 11th of October for further investigation. The convicted rapist, murderer and escapee prisoner was all smiles today as he rubbed shoulders with his partner Nandipha Magudumana. They were seated side by side in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court alongside 10 other co-accused. eNCA Silindelo Masikane was there, joining us now just to wrap up the day to tell us what happened in court. Very interesting scenes we saw there, Silindelo. Very good afternoon to you, with Nandipha and Thabo sitting next to each other, and then also Thabo Bester engaging with the other or some of the other accused with smiles and everything. But overall, very interesting day. I mean, what happened in court? Because I understand there was also some grievances that were put to the magistrates.
A very interesting day in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court, Bradad, and like you said, it was a much anticipated appearance. This is the first time we have all 12 accused physically in the dock, and of course the first time that Dr. Nandipha and Thabo Bester are seeing each other since their deportation from Tanzania. So we were all quite interested to see exactly how they would interact, how the co-accused would interact with each other. And I think for much of what we saw, we were quite it was quite interesting, at least for me, to see the hand gestures, the fist pumping, the smiles, the joking, gestures between the accused, but in particular between Dr. Nandipha and Thabo Bester. You could tell that they were quite excited to see each other. They were holding hands. At some point I could make out from some of the conversations between them that Bester had asked Dr. Nandipha if she's okay. And it was also interesting to see that they, came in matching outfits. But like you said, we saw, I would say, brief proceedings where we heard Thabo Bester's lawyer relaying some of his concerns around the treatment he's receiving at the Kgosi prison. He alleges that he's being treated inhumanely, and also alleging that he's being held in his cell for about 23 hours a day in handcuffs. And this was something that his lawyer said that he wanted the court to note, and that his client insisted that the client notes and perhaps does something about it. Let's just take a listen to some of those submissions by Gabelo Mati.
Instructions which I received from the fifth accused, just to place on record. Firstly, that he's been inhumanely treated at the Kgosi Correctional Center. That he spends almost 23 hours being cuffed and in his cell.
How long?
23 hours per day, being cuffed and in his cell.
Handcuffed?
Handcuffed.
Every day?
On a daily basis. Worship, I can place it on record that before these proceedings I went to see the people accused in the cells, the court cells. He was still handcuffed, even though he was locked up in a cell, a holding cell. Worship, I believe that indeed those are inhumane conditions. And I hold instructions to make an application to the higher court pertaining those.
Silindelo, in addition to the alleged ill treatment inside prison in Kgosi of Thabo Bester, his lawyer also tabled a list of items which apparently have gone missing, which belong to him.
Certainly so. What we heard from Thabo Bester's lawyer was the fact that Bester alleges that when he was deported from Tanzania, he came back with a number of items with millions of rands, also currency ranging from euros to rands, as well as Zambian and Tanzanian currency, saying that in fact this was stolen from him. It was a long list, I must say, and the estimation that some of our colleagues and I came to was about 29 million rands worth of items as well as currency that Bester claims has been stolen. He even went as far as naming officials from different departments, from law enforcement, home affairs, as well as the High Commission in Tanzania, saying that these officials were aware of these items or were in possession of these items, and he believes they were stolen, and of course is demanding that they be returned to him. Let's take a listen.
The items which are missing, which ought to be known by these members, Your Worship, are an iPhone 14 Pro Max valued at 36,000 rands, Samsung S23 valued at 32,000 rands, Samsung Z4 valued at 40,000 rands, an iPod 16 valued at 18,000 rands, a MacBook Air 16 valued at 12,500 rands, a MacBook Pro 16 valued at 34,600 rands, a Burberry card holder valued at 15,500 rands, a pair of Burberry sunglasses valued at 11,500 rands, a pair of Tom Ford sunglasses valued at 9,500 rands, an HP laptop value 41,000 rands, an LV laptop bag, Louis Vuitton laptop bag, 51,000 rands, marriage ring, 350,000 rands, and these are watches, Your Worship, an APX2, 2.5 million, there were two of those, Your Worship, an FM, 2.5 million, two of those as well, a Rolex O, 2.6 million rands, two of those, just written as C, valued at 1,750 rands, a PP, valued at 1.9 million rands, cash which is missing, 295,000 rands, South African rands, Worship, 36,000 US dollars, 7,200,000 Tanzanian, I don't know if they are dollars or what, Worship, and there's Zambian money, 1.4 million, European pounds, 500,000, Swiss francs, 150,000, Worship. Worship, all these items that I'm mentioning, they were reported stolen by accused number 5 at the Lanseria police station.